Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. Today, I'm going to share a really personal story with you of how I've struggled and something that I've learned recently about myself. I've been on a self-love journey for over a decade now, but I'm still learning. So get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee or a tea or, just get comfy and just sit back and relax. And I'm really going to be open and honest here. Well, I guess I always am. But this is a personal story of my own struggle. And hopefully maybe you can relate to this or see something and you just, maybe something will click with you too. So like I said, I've been on my self-love journey for over a decade, but I'm still learning. And I literally learned a few months ago, possibly, I think it was about a few months ago, I realized that I don't love my body, not anymore. And there's been times here and there that I did, and then it's kind of a roller coaster effect. This does stem way back. I remember at least being 13. It probably started sooner than that. I'm almost certain I was on a diet when I was 13. And then I look at pictures when I was 13. And I'm like, what was I doing? I had a really low body image back then. So it's been up and down. Like I said, it's a roller coaster between dieting, body image, loving my body, not loving my body. And I realized that for the past few years at least, I've been doing things not from a place of love when it comes to my body. Yes, I have been exercising. Yes, I focus on eating healthy. And yes, I do things like yoga and meditation. But I have been doing for the wrong reasons, especially the exercise and eating healthy. I did see it as a form of torture. A few episodes ago, I believe I mentioned I have had a love-hate relationship with working out. Years ago, I was teaching fitness classes. I loved working out. It made me feel good. And even when my first child was born, I was working out a lot. I loved it. But then after my son was born, I wanted to lose weight. And I saw it as a form of torture. And I was frustrated because I wasn't getting the results I wanted, even though I was working out a lot and putting energy and effort into it. Little did I know that when you're not sleeping and when you're eating a lot of sugar and you're under a lot of stress, you're not going to lose the weight. Anyways, that's a conversation for a different day. But I got to that point where I saw working out as a negative thing. I saw it as a thing I hated because it wasn't getting me to what I wanted. Little did I realize that working out isn't just about an image thing and losing weight. It made me feel good. These past few years, between moving, life, the craziness of the world, I've let stress kind of take over in areas of my life that never did before. I have kids that are constantly growing, and as a family, we're constantly shifting and learning about each other and rejigging our schedules and figuring out and finding new balance. But I let go of some of the things in my life, like working out, because I saw it as a thing I hated. I was doing yoga and I went for hikes. And that felt good. But little did I know that I needed some more movement in my life. And again, I got so wrapped up in my body image instead of loving my body. So I saw it as a form of torture. And even eating, it's like for a while there, I saw it as like, oh, my family can eat all this stuff, but why can't I? Instead of, well, no, I love my body. I'm going to feed it amazing fruit and vegetables. Like I used to have a really good, I always ate healthy because I felt good eating healthy. And my husband and I really changed our eating. We always thought we ate healthy, but then we really deep dived into it. when our oldest child started solids at 6 months. We were eating cleaner because, well, we wanted to be a good example. And it just felt good to eat good, healthy, amazing, loving food. But then something happened, our second born came and he didn't sleep through the night for 2 years. He was a good solid napper and a good solid sleeper, but like woke up every so often to nurse. And, just that alone took me on a spiral. And then I started not working out because of it all. And so anyways, I'm really getting back to feeling good. And the fun thing is, like, I've rediscovered working out and how much I love it. And I'm not looking at it as a form of torture anymore. I do it because it makes me feel good. It helps me. It gives me energy, helps me with my mood. It just feels good to feel strong again. I've been doing a lot of strength training and it just feels good. So it's about doing the things to feel good, not looking at it for one little thing. So even food, and it's not about like, about taking something away, but adding something more in my life. And it took me these past couple of years to really realize that I wasn't loving my body anymore. And my poor body has been doing the best it could over the past 2 years, 3 years, maybe more actually. But really 2 years for sure. And it's been doing the best it could with what I was giving it. Oh my goodness, it was working really hard. Well, I was working hard against it because I wasn't coming from a place of love anymore. I wasn't working out from a place of love. I wasn't eating from a place of love. In fact, I was eating from a place of frustration because I let stress and not sleeping take over. And then, of course, any amount of healthy eating I was doing and working out wasn't going to help my body in any way. Again, it comes down to balance, like we talked about in the WOW membership this past month. September was all about balance. It comes down to balance and loving ourselves. So if you have an area in your life that isn't working, that you feel like you're forcing, pushing, shoving, take a step back. Are you doing things from a place of love or a place of bullying? And again, I say this with so much love. I was my own bully. Just the other day, I was sitting on my yoga mat. And after doing yoga, I was doing some tapping. If you're not sure what tapping is, or EFT, emotional freedom technique. And it's tapping on points, acupuncture points, and saying things out loud to change your energy. And I was tapping about loving my body. And again, I was reminded and I was just overwhelmed by this feeling of, yes, loving my body through this. So because I've been doing things from a frustrated, hateful point of view, out of hate and frustration for my body, I now have to work daily in reminding myself to do it from a place of love. So when we're creating new habits, new mindsets, new thoughts, it needs to be done daily to remind ourselves, when to do it. And then eventually it will just become an everyday thing again. But it does take time. So if you've had an area of your life where you've been doing things from a place of frustration or overwhelm or stress, bring back your attention to love. Give yourself a hug. It's okay. You didn't know any better. The thing is once you know better, you can do better. And then day by day, literally day by day, might be hour by hour, remind yourself to do it from a place of love. And if you forget, that's okay. Give yourself a hug and do it all over again. This has literally been a really big life lesson for me. Like I said, this all stems from a really long time ago of body image. So this isn't like 1 year of, stress or, having children or things like that. This has come from a long, long time of poor body image, relearning new beliefs about myself, creating new thoughts about myself, and sending myself love. So even though I've been on this self-love journey for over a decade, I am still learning. I am still growing. I am still hating myself at times. I'm still beating myself up. And then I become aware of it. And I come back to love. Because love is really the only answer. Hating myself for gaining weight, hating myself for hating working out, or hating myself for eating sugar, or hating myself because I want to eat pasta sometimes is not going to help myself or anybody in my life. When we hate something, we bring that energy into our life. So it's refocusing, giving yourself a new perspective. And for me, a new perspective where it's like working out is because I love my body, not because I hate it. There is a picture I saw on Facebook once. It's like, I'm paraphrasing because I don't have it in front of me, but it's like, work out because you love your body, not because you hate it, or move your body, something like that. But it's about treating our bodies with love, regardless of what they're doing. I think of how my body showed up for me these past 2 years. I think it's done pretty darn good, considering the fact that I was not treating it as well as I could. So if there's an area in your life that you've been struggling on, send it some love right now. Maybe promise yourself that you'll try to do better 1 day at a time, or 1 minute at a time, or 1 hour at least at a time. Doing things from love is so much more powerful than doing things from fear, frustration, or hate. And when we do things from love, well, one, we'll have more love in our lives. I am so happy to say that I love working out again. I am doing it from a place of love. I remind myself, when I get up out of the bed in the morning, I don't want to work out. I'm like, I love working out. I love it so much that there was one time where I was like, I would dread working out. And now I get up in the morning, I'm like, I work out because I feel good. It makes me feel so good. And making healthier food choices becomes easier when I do it from a place of love instead of something I feel like I'm missing out on. It's so amazing having more love in my life. And again, it's going back to changing our beliefs and our thoughts. Figuring out what beliefs we have. This belief that you have to work out for body image. And that was all, that's where I focused. I work out so I look good, to lose weight. But when that doesn't work out, then you hate on it, right? Instead, I look at it now from a place of love. I work out because it makes my body feel stronger. It makes my mood so much better. It makes me feel so good. So when we start looking at things from a place of love, we can really change a lot in our life. So where in your life needs a little bit more love right now? I'm sending you so much love. And know that wherever you are on your self-love journey, there's going to be lessons that come up You're going to find out parts of you that you're like, ooh, maybe you don't want to dive deeper into that because it doesn't feel good to think about. Like even just sharing how I dieted at a really young age. Like it just makes me, honestly, it makes me a little sad that I didn't have somebody to show me a different way. But I can't go back in time. I can only learn from it. I can, visualize myself, my present self, giving my younger self a loving hug. Be like, you got this. I can now look at myself now in the mirror and say, I love you. We've got this. Or you've got this. And I can be at a better place. Just because our past held maybe moments or things we did that were like, we look back of why, they don't need to define us now. We can look forward with love and learn from them and strengthen the relationship with ourselves. Remember, when you know better, you can do better. So it's becoming aware of how you're living your life. Are you living your life with love? Or are you more fearful of life? Is fear running the show? Where there's fear, there's also probably frustration and other, heavier emotions. I was going to say negative, but all emotions are valid and needed so we know what path we're on and where we're at in life. Love is so much stronger than any other of them, though. So when you lean into love and you choose love over, for me, I hating working out, hating, eliminating sugar, even though I know sugar doesn't make me feel good. But it makes you feel good in that moment, right? Anyways, it's choosing love over hate, frustration, stress, judgmentalness, fear. Today, are you going to choose love? I choose love. I send you so much love. So much love. And I really hope that sharing parts of my life that I would honestly like to forget, but they're there to remind me of how far I've come. And when I fall off the wagon, remind myself that I've come so far. And they do stem from a long, time of really looking at life differently and to get back on there and to do better because I know better now. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. And again, I'm sending you so much love. Feel it now. It's a nice big hug coming your way. Lots of love. Bye for now.